Chairman of the Convener of the Conference and President of Madras Development Society, and my dear brother, Dr. V. R. Sampath, Chairman of the session, Mr. Satyamurthy, fellow speaker, Mr. Gopal Balasubramaniam from KPMG, incidentally happened to be my schoolmate. Now only I come to know, I am also from Santhamay School. Ladies and gentlemen, good morning to all of you. I am thankful to Dr. V. R. Sampath for having given me this opportunity to interact with you and share some of my thoughts on CSR, a tool for economic development. I am deviating from the subject given here. I got the permission from the chair. I shall discuss on accounting principles also finally. Before I proceed to talk on CSR, I thought it is proper to speak few words on the NGOs, who are the source of medium to carry on the CSR activities. NGOs are independent of government whose primary mission is not commercial but carrying on charitable activities. What is charitable activities? As defined in the Income Tax Act, activities include relief for the poor, medical relief, education, and on any other object of general public utility which is not in the nature of trade, commerce, or business. There are three types of NGOs: trust formed under Indian Trust Act, societies under Society Registration Act, and companies under Section 8 of the Companies Act 2013. CSR activity is mandated for certain companies whose net worth is 500 crores or more, turnover is 1,000 crores or more, and annual profit is 5 crores or more. Even if any one of the conditions are fulfilled, the company has to carry on CSR activities. CSR is a positive step towards upliftment of the community and society at large and aligned with socio-economic development. India is the first country to incorporate CSR rules in the Act. The applicable company have to spend 2% of the average net profit in the last 3 preceding financial years. Though the Companies Act stipulates that they have to spend on CSR, ironically, Income Tax Act doesn't allow this expenditure as business expenditure. The NGOs are required to obtain registration under Section 12A of the Income Tax Act and obtain approval under Section 80G of the Income Tax Act. Before getting CSR grant, the NGOs have to get themselves registered with the Government of India and get CSR registration number. CSR activities can be carried out by the company themselves or through NGOs. But as per rules, any activity should not be designed exclusively for the benefit of employees, then it cannot be considered as CSR expenditure. What are all CSR activities which are specified in Schedule 7? Eradication of hunger, poverty, promoting education, gender equality, protection of environment, national heritage, and animal welfare. CSR is a big step by companies for making a powerful change in the economic development. How accounting standards help in economic development? Accounting information used by government for preparing budget for resource allocation. It is the only solution for effective decision making. It gives an assurance to investors that investments are safe, economic growth is proper through well laid down accounting policies. Economists track larger trends that drive money and resources through accounting. Financial reporting standards provide an accounting infrastructure that aids developing countries to provide transparent accounting standards which facilitate economic progress. Accounting standards increase transparency, diminish asymmetry and risk, reduces cost of capital, identifies risk and opportunity across globe that improves capital allocation. GAAP and Ind AS are the two accounting standards and principles based on which financial statements are drawn. GAAP is basically followed in US, Ind AS is across the globe. Ind AS is the international accounting standards that provides guidance on how different transactions are to be reported. GAAP is applicable to all companies registered under Indian Companies Act, whereas India is applicable to those companies whose net worth is 500 crores or more. Ind AS helps in flow of money across border, facilitates global listing, and allows comparative financial statements in international level. The basic accounting principles are revenue recognition, asset classification, lease classification, method of depreciation, and outstanding share measurement. The basic principles are gap, objectivity, materiality, consistency, and prudence. The 5 pillars of accounting standards are authentication, authorization, accounting, and accuracy. The 5 components of financial statements: assets, liabilities, equity, net assets, and revenue and expenses. And these are all the accounting procedures and principles on which financial statements are drawn, and accordingly they are useful for economic development also. Before I end my speech, once again thank to our single-man army, Dr. V. R. Sampath, for having organized this event in an exemplary manner. Thank you.